Today for my topic of speech, I'm going to be talking about the cultural problem of infanticide. The topic of abortion has been a hot topic for many years, but we are the ones deciding about whether it's at conception they're considered a child or whether it's at birth. But we all agree that once it's born, then it's considered a child, so why is outside of the womb the most dangerous place for a child now? If we are able to open our hearts and open our homes and speak about the effects of the option of adoption and how God views this problem, then we are able to change the problem of this outcome. The problem is horrific, and it's changing people's lives every day. The first, and used to be the largest problem, was for population control. That was most common in China and India. The root of female infanticide is different in India than it is in China. In both cultures, there is a preference for male children. However, unlike China, there is no government organization limiting the number of children a family can have. In India, the constraint is mostly economic. Daughters will require a sizable financial dowry in order to be married. Because if daughters leave their family in origin, they are often regarded as temporary members of their family and drain on its wealth. Another main cause is unwanted pregnancies, and this has become the largest problem, the new leading cause. Most of these deaths were due to indirect or passive forms of infanticide. Mothers preferred their children to be fast, active, and clever and precocious in their development, and children showing opposite signs would not receive medical care when they were sick or were given less food than their siblings, since they were considered as showing less aptitude for life. The last main cause is due to biological problems. This is special needs or even premature kids. This is most common in Africa. When a special needs child or premature child is born, they are looked on as evil and they're just left and stranded and starved to death. Adoption is a way to bring light into this cultural issue. Adoption will always be around. The sad reality of infertilization will not go away. There are some people that are not able to conceive children, and there are also people that just want to be parents but don't want to go through the hassle. Another way that adoption can help infanticide is because it's putting them in a good home. Studies show that adopted children have greater health, more one-on-one attention from a parent, more involved in extracurricular activities, and are well adjusted to their peers. Adoption here versus international has many differences. The difference in adoption here is that they have foster care to go through and then they are adopted. In international countries, it's just death or you're adopted. God gave us a voice not to throw away, but to give him power. In Exodus 1:16, it says, "When you are helping the Hebrew women during childbirth on the delivery stool, you will see that the baby is a boy, kill him, but if it is a girl, let her live." This was the law back then, and it was only set to hurt the people below the throne. But the New Testament says in Matthew 19:14, "Let the little children come to me, and do not hinder them, for the kingdom of heaven belongs to such as these." Heaven is not bound to gender. Infanticide is a serious problem, and is happening in so many places. Out of this can come a positive, though. Adoption can be the answer to those infants that are being killed, and you can be the voice for the ones that cannot speak. God has a plan, all in love, and adoption is made for so many reasons. Some see it as a civic or religious duty to grow their family with an adoptive child. Others cannot have biological children and desire the completeness and satisfaction some feel in raising children. Still, others do not want to tax their bodies through the challenging pregnancy process or cannot take the necessary time off for work to have a child, but still want to love a child as their own. Whether the reason is because you can't or because you just don't want to, it's always worth it. The adoption rates have been plummeting in India and other countries. It's our job to get it back and to save a life while doing God's work.